Like I said in the last video, we live in an incredibly noisy world. And if we want to be able to align with this natural law of the spirit, of being able to get still and hear the inner voice and have clarity in our purpose, we have to learn how to get out of that chaos and back into a place of stillness. I believe that in order for us to live our purpose, we have to become something that was unrecognizable to us at the beginning. The person we have to become to rise to the occasion, to do the thing that we feel called to do, it's so different than the way we were acting in the past, the person we were being, the story that we were living. So in order to do this, it takes a tremendous amount of courage. The challenge is that as we step into these new roles, fear is going to show up. It has to. It's our brain's way of keeping us safe. Anytime the brain experiences the unknown, it creates fear to cause us to pause, to cause us to become on high alert, to cause us to become safer so that we don't go and kill ourselves by doing something we don't know how to do, we haven't done before. And so in moving forward in our purpose, fear is going to be part of this process. And so from my personal experience on this, every once in a while, I'll get something that comes up inside of me that says, this is what I need to create. This is something that I feel drawn to do. I feel like my life will make sense if I do this thing. And every single time I've had that, it's been something that also scares the crap out of me at the same time. And so part of this process of accessing the spirit is getting to a place where we have that assurity within us, that confidence and that calmness. And so I'm just going to share a couple of things that I personally do, and I invite you to experiment on this and find ways that you can access this place of quiet. Music for me is a big way that I do this. Certain types of grounding music and music that moves me emotionally and helps me feel charged. It helps me build energy within. And when I listen to this types of music, it's like I go into a different world. It takes me to that place of strength. Another way that I do this is when I want to create something, when I want clarity, I go to bed really early. I'll go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night, and then I'll wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't go to bed at like 1 a.m. and wake up at 4 a.m. I want my body to be rested and rejuvenated when I do get up in that morning. So I want myself to spontaneously wake up. So I go to bed early enough that I've had 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and then spontaneously I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning and I have some of the clearest thoughts that I've ever had. Most of my programs, most of the ideas that I come up with that are the best ideas, they happen during those early morning hours and those moments. Now, I also like to stay up late at night. So in order for me to succeed at getting that access place, I have to very consciously go to bed early. This is really where I win in getting in alignment with my purpose, is not in the discipline to get up in the morning. It's the discipline to go to bed early so that I naturally wake up in the morning. I don't do this every day, but it's something I do whenever I'm seeking guidance, whenever I'm looking for greater purpose or I need answers, is I do that. Another one that I do is I go for walks in the dark. I go walking in the early morning hours, and I like to go walking where it's like a country road or someplace that's quiet and there's some nature around. And the interesting thing about this is it scares me. It's terrifying. But what happens is I become hyper alert and hyper aware of what's going on around me, and something in that alertness allows me access to being very, very focused. And I can hear that inner voice so clearly in those times. There's other practices that we can do. Meditation, and it's one of the tools I'll talk to you about during stress reduction. There are some people who get this during exercise or during yoga. Whatever it is for you, figure out that place and learn to access it for yourself. When you get that call, when you get that answer and that feeling that says, yes, this is something I want to do and I have that certainty, I'm going to encourage you not to share this with anyone. And the reason for that, what I found is, as I've had some calling, like when I was cleaning the bar, and everyone around me looked at me and said, yeah, he's not in college, he's cleaning a bar instead. It was this perception that they had of me that didn't reflect the perception I had in me. I knew that there was this calling and that I was preparing for it. And I would spend my days studying and pushing myself and developing myself. And they didn't see any of that. They didn't see the greatness I saw within myself. And so when I would share with them my vision of what I was going to create, they'd laugh at me. And then that vision that was so empowering, suddenly I had to defend it, and I had to protect it, and I had to convince others of it, and it lost its power. It dissipated. So when I get an answer of something I need to do in my life, I don't share it with anyone. I rarely share it with my wife. I rarely share it with my business partners. I might share a little glimpse of it, but I don't share the moving, inspiring magic of that space until it's already real. The Beach Prophet process and all these videos and all these programs, I didn't even tell the person that originally called me the Beach Prophet for the first time. I taught her how to meditate from this treehouse here at the Treehouse Village, and she coined the phrase Beach Prophet for me. I didn't even tell her that one word she had said to me years ago became what this is, and she's going to find out at the same time you do. So I encourage you, as you have this vision, share it with people after you've done it. Tell the story after it's real in the world, and keep that sacred call, that very personal space to yourself and maybe to people who really get where you're going in life, who get this higher purpose for you, who get this bigger vision for you. And then within your world, consciously create a space of quiet within this world of noise and chaos. And you can hear that inner voice, and you get your greatest power from this place. When you are aligned with a story that serves you, when you're in alignment with a relationship with food, when you have channeled your sexual energy for intentional creation, when your body is in its highest level of strength, when your mind is clear and free from shame and able to focus, and then you get quiet in this place. It's where you get your life purpose. So I invite you to take the steps and create this space for yourself. So I ask you, what's possible in your life if you can tap into the inner genius? What would be possible if you could get answers to whatever question that you have, because there's wisdom in you? If this is something you want to take on in your life, I've created a little cheat guide that helps you to align your life with the 7 irrefutable laws of power. All you got to do is click on the button on this page and you can get access to that and start living today these 7 laws of power and accessing your own inner genius.